Hello, everybody. I'm Captain Nitin Joshi, soft skill trainer and writer. Now, what do you want to become when you grow up? What career do you want to pursue? What profession do you see yourself in? Do these questions sound familiar? Of course they do. When we were kids and when we reached class 10th, we were bombarded with these questions. And these are exactly the same questions that we bombard our kids with when they get into class 10th or maybe even before that. Indeed, after a certain age and stage, career, profession, job, these things become the most important focus in the life of a student, and rightfully so. A career and a job are very important aspects of our lives. They give us our livelihood, they give us our sense of identity, and a sense of achievement and accomplishment in life. However, I would like to draw your attention to a slightly different aspect of this issue. We all agree that a career, a job, a profession is the most important aspect of our life, or one of the most important aspects of our life. But don't we all agree that life is much more than all this? Or, as they say, a man is much more than his profession, or well, a woman is much more than her profession. Life consists of many different parts. There is, of course, the professional life. Then there is the personal life, which consists of our immediate family and a very close circle of friends. Then there is a social life, which might consist of people from our professional life, but also our extended family and our extended friend circle. And then there is the all important and the most ignored me time, own time, which every person ought to give to oneself to pursue one's hobbies, one's interests, to introspect, and to develop oneself. A life, a well balanced and a happy life, should consist of an ideal mix and a balance of all these aspects. But when one becomes heavier at the cost of others, that is when we have a disbalanced life, frustration, sorrow. Indeed, so many of us must have seen friends and colleagues who are doing professionally so well but are not happy in life because their personal lives, their social lives, or their own time, their meet lives are not there. So, where does this start? I think this starts right in the school days when we make profession and job the primary focus for a student. When we give them an impression that's only a job and your profession that is going to give you a sense of accomplishment and fulfillment. Think about it. Didn't we all undergo that as children? And are we not putting our children through the same thing? So instead of asking them what career you want to pursue, what job do you want to do, if we start asking them what kind of a life do you want for yourself? How do you see leading your life? Where will you find satisfaction? What will make you happy? And having found answers to this, if we find or help them to find a career for themselves based on the answer to this question and also their talent and interest areas, I think in the future we will have much more contented, well adjusted, and happy adults. Don't you think so? You think it is difficult? I don't. I think it's just a question of a simple change of mindset. I have already made this change in my life. I ask my kids, what kind of a life do you want to lead? Choose a profession based on the answer to this question because for a happy life in the long run, every single aspect of our life has to be balanced out. One aspect becoming heavier on the others, and indeed one aspect taking away all our focus and energies, definitely in the long run leads to frustration. Think about it. Let's change our mindset and let's help our children to change their mindset. And instead of thinking as profession, personal life, social life in isolated units, let them think of life holistically as one consolidated whole. Plan what kind of a life you want and then select a profession and other aspects to fit into their entire vision for life. And believe me, this is not difficult. It's just a simple question of change of mindset, as I said. So, what are your views on this? I'll be very happy to take your feedback, your questions, and your inputs on this. You can get in touch with me, and I look forward to a very, very meaningful and a fruitful interaction with all of you on this topic. Thank you very much, and I'm waiting for your inputs.